Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we are about all things cinema. Well, I thought I'd take a few minutes here on Sunday afternoon to just share with you my thoughts on a 4K Ultra HD release of a film that I had a lot of fun revisiting. This is a film I hadn't seen in quite a while, so I was very happy to revisit Out of Sight on 4K Ultra HD. This is the 1998 film from director Steven Soderbergh, the Academy Award winning director of Traffic. So, Steven Soderbergh directed Traffic, he directed Aaron Brockovich, Ocean's 11, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, a number of awesome and interesting films over the years. This is one of his really nice films that I really enjoyed. And I just enjoyed revisiting this film, starring George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez, Ving Rhames, Steve Zahn, Don Cheadle. A whole host of fantastic actors appeared in this movie, some in larger or smaller roles than others, some in more of a cameo type role. But overall, this is such a fun and entertaining film to watch. And it's in that category of films that I would say is not what I would consider to be a great film. It's not in that great category. It's in that quite good, very good category, but really it's a fun and entertaining film to watch. It's one of those just guilty pleasure escape type films that you can just sink your teeth into, just kick back, relax, and be thoroughly entertained by George Clooney playing Jack Foley in this film. He's a bank robber. He gets caught at the very beginning of this film robbing a bank. He goes to prison in Florida for a little bit to pay his time. And he and his friend Ving Rhames, who plays Buddy in this film, they break out of prison. On their way out of prison, along with Don Cheadle and Steven Zahn, who are also prisoners, on their way out of prison, they run into Karen Sisco, who is a U.S. Marshal played by Jennifer Lopez. And they throw Jennifer Lopez in the trunk of a car. George Clooney gets in there with her. And they have this very famous scene of George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez in the trunk of a car. He's playing Jack Foley, a bank robber. She's playing a U.S. Marshal. And they have a nice, long, interesting conversation about movies and other things that they have in common in terms of their interests. And along that ride to Miami, they develop the beginning sparks of what will become a romantic relationship, which brings the complication of this film. You have a U.S. Marshal played by Jennifer Lopez, a bank robber, lifetime bank robber played by George Clooney, who are now falling in love. And how is this going to work out? Where can their romance go? They're on totally different sides of the law, but yet they're trying to figure out, could we possibly be a couple? Could this possibly work out? That's a huge part of the dynamic of this film that makes it fun. The whole cat and mouse game that is a big part of what makes this comedy, drama, romance, heist, crime type film so much fun to watch. This film has a killer soundtrack. Of course, you have the Isley Brothers' "It's Your Thing," which is part of the opening theme of this movie. You've got this music score from David Holmes, who provides a really nice jazzy music throughout the proceedings of this film that really cues the different scenes and just puts you in that mood. It puts you in a nice, smooth, sultry, sexy type mood, which really goes along with the proceedings of the budding relationship between George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez as their romance, begins to, marinate and percolate and heat up throughout the course of this movie, along with all the crime elements mixed in there, and where's the story going to go? What's going to ultimately end up happening with Jack Foley, with Karen Sisco? Where is this going to lead? So that's a big part of what's so much fun about watching this film and seeing them playing their cat and mouse game together. Interlaced in all that is all of these very interesting characters. You've got Dennis Farina, who I really enjoyed seeing him play the father of Karen Sisco. So he plays Jennifer Lopez's father in this film. You've got Michael Keaton, who plays a little small role in this film. He's like an FBI agent who's in this movie. And I think I think he has a potential interest in Karen Sisco. And of course, you have Albert Brooks. He appears in this movie along with Nancy Allen and so many other actors from across, other films appearing in this movie together. It's just a nice collage of different acting talent coming together in this movie, and some very interesting cameos that I won't spoil, that you will definitely appreciate when you watch this film. So if you have not seen Out of Sight, the 1998 film from director Steven Soderbergh, highly, highly recommend it. It's a fun time. Again, it's not a super great movie, but it is a very fun and entertaining movie to watch that I think has high entertainment value. And it's basically the vehicle that launched George Clooney as a major movie star in Hollywood. Of course, before this film, he was a TV star. He had appeared in, I think, either ER or St. Elsewhere. I forget which series, but he played a doctor on television. And this movie here was his first big breakout A-list type star vehicle. So this really launched him as an A-list movie star in Hollywood. And of course, Jennifer Lopez is wonderful in this as a U.S. Marshal. So this film is definitely highly recommended based on its entertainment value and the atmosphere and the music, and just the chemistry between Jennifer Lopez and George Clooney is way up there. It's like a 9 out of 10 in this movie, Out of Sight, from 1998 from Steven Soderbergh. As far as the 4K visuals, they look great. I mean, this is an upgrade over the Blu-ray edition that came out several years ago. And I can tell you that this is a nice upgrade over the original Blu-ray. It's just a more balanced, stable, more fluid image overall. You get the benefit of that 4K resolution. You do have Dolby Vision on here. It's just a more richer, slightly richer, better image overall. I would say that this Blu-ray still is a solid presentation of the film, especially if you're playing it on a 4K player with a 4K TV. It's going to be a very nice picture upscaled on that television. But this 4K, true 4K resolution, native resolution on this disc really is a nice little step up over that Blu-ray edition. Now, as far as the special features on this edition from Kino Lorber Studio Classics is the same special features that appeared on the original Blu-ray. So it's the audio commentary with Steven Soderbergh, as well as the documentary Inside Out of Sight, the original documentary that also appeared on the original Blu-ray. So no new special features. So you're getting the same thing there, deleted scenes and trailers. So it's the same feature set that you got on the original Blu-ray. But overall, the recommendation for this title is just based on how much fun the movie is to watch. Had a blast revisiting this title, and I think you'll have a blast watching it as well. But definitely wait for this on a sale. I would not pay over $20 for this. So if you can find this on sale around Black Friday time period and say $15, great. That would be a great time to snag this title up. You will have a great time watching this film, especially if you're seeing it for the first time. So highly, highly recommended is Out of Sight, the 1998 film from Steven Soderbergh, now available on 4K Ultra HD. But let me know in the comments section below, what do you think about this film, Out of Sight? What do you think about Steven Soderbergh films in general? And what are some of your favorite movies from this director? Of course, again, he won the Oscar for Traffic. He also directed Aaron Brockovich, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Ocean's 11. He's directed a lot of very interesting and fascinating films. Of the films he's directed, what are some of your favorites, and where does Out of Sight fit for you in his filmography? Let me know all that in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace.